Oh, I want to show you another really good tool for getting students to interact when online teaching, and this is called Socrative.com, and this is a polling tool. So it's a little bit obviously, if you've got the pro version of Zoom, you've got polling on Zoom, but that is only multiple choice polling. Socrative also allows the students to put in a longer response. So when you go to Socrative, you click on login, and it gives you the option of student login or teacher login. So this is where the students log in order to access your polls, but they don't need a password or anything like that. But you click on teacher login, and if you don't have an account, you have to sign up. It's all free. Okay, and when you go into Socrative, this is your room number. So that is what you'll always be giving to the students when you want them to participate in your polls, and that's what they use to log in. So I'm going to click on quizzes here to show you my list of quizzes that I already have created. And I've only got 5 of them at the moment. But what I want to do is I want to activate this quiz called potatoes, and this quiz has 2 questions. So the first question is, in which state does it take longer to boil potatoes, California or Colorado? And the second question is, why? And this may seem like a random question, but it's actually not. This is a key part of how I teach students about cavitation on propellers. So this is a genuine quiz that has been used in class. So you can see, if you were to try and create an entirely new quiz, you click Add Quiz, Create New. And you would have an option for what types of questions you want to add. You can add a multiple choice question, a true or false question, or a short answer question. And that I've decided to create a quiz with multiple different types of questions. So this is great compared to Kahoot, for instance, which you have to pay for the full version of Kahoot in order to get short answer questions. On Socrative, you get them for free. So I'm going to do these. This is where you edit your quizzes in here. This is not where you run them from. If you want to actually run a quiz, you go up here and you go to Launch. Okay, and you click Quiz. And I've obviously left a quiz running last time I was using it. It's no big deal. So do you want to stop the current activity and start a new one? Yes. All right, and the quiz I want to run is potatoes. And you have a few options. So instant feedback is when you give it to them and they fill it in, but they fill it in their own time. You don't take them through it question by question. Open navigation is if you want to give the quiz as homework, and teacher paced is if you want to deliver it in class question by question. So that's what I'm going to do. You can require their names or not. If you're doing, I generally don't require names, but sometimes you might want to if you're using this as a formative assessment rather than just as a classroom activity. So it can be used in that way. Okay, so I'm going to put off require names, and then I'm going to click Start. Okay, now at this point I can now share my screen if I'm teaching on Zoom, and the students will see the answers coming in. And what I'm going to do is I've got a student here, and this student is going to go to Socrative.com just the same way as I did a moment ago, but instead of clicking on teacher login, they're going to click on student login. So you should be able to see there they have the same 2 options. We're going to click on student login, and it doesn't ask for their name because I deactivated names. If I had names activated, it would have asked them, but it asks for the room name. So we type that in, Milliken 9892, and it will take them to that room, and it will show them the question which I'm wanting them to answer. How long does it take to boil? Which state does it take longer to boil potatoes? And I'm going to say Colorado, and then I've got another student over here, and you should see, click on how do we do to see the answers actually coming in, and it will put in a histogram there. And I've got another student who's going to go onto it and see what answer they come up with. So they're going login as well, student login. And they're putting in the room number as well, so Milliken 9892. Okay, so they've got the same question once it loads, so they're going to say California. And you see that's changed the answer on my screen. And then if I want to go on to the next question, I click next. And until I've clicked next, their screen will sit waiting with this sort of hexagon pattern. If I click next, then the next question comes up. And this is explain your answer to the previous question. So this student said Colorado, and we're going to say because it's higher up. And that question has now appeared on the screen, and this student says California, and they're going to say because of the hippies. And you get some great answers this way because people are an awful lot less shy to interact this way than they are in person. So it's another great tool for that. Okay, so that's Socrative, and you can click finish. You sure you want to end it? Okay. And you can export this if you want. If you've used this to run a survey to find out how people are feeling or how they're getting on with the course, you can export those results and save them. Okay, so that is Socrative. Go and have a go at that.